Start again. Hi, my name's Warren Elsmore, and this is one of a couple of videos that Bluewave Technology are putting out just to show you around IBM Connections. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to log into our IBM Connections installation. This is the one that we use internally here at Bluewave. So here we go, and the first thing you see with Connections is that you go straight into a status updates screen, and what this is going to show me is the people that I've got in my network and people I'm following and what they're working on right now. So I'm going to just update that and say what I'm working on is recording a video on Connections. But I can see immediately what other people are in my network are doing. You can see that Paul here is testing some same time and LDAP conversions. If I want, I can change this, so I can say I can just look at people in my network, or just people I'm following, or I can look at all the status updates in Connections. So if I do that, I can see all the people that are in our company here and actually see what they're up to. But let's take a look at some of the other things in Connections. On the left here you'll see some other items. You'll see a news feed, and a news feed will show us everything that's going on with Connections. So not just status updates, but comments, update to files, file uploads, all sorts of things that we're going to look at today. I'll also see some notifications on the left. If I have a quick look here, I can see some notifications from various people that have sent me notifications or want to connect with me. So I've got a connection here from Fiona Lynch. Let's view that invitation. Here's Fiona's connection, and I can see that she's got Paul there, and can't quite see the photos there, but let's accept that. So we'll accept that connection, and now I'm connected to her and I can see her updates in my status updates. Let's go back to home. I can also, if I want, discover people or look at some connections I've saved for later on, but we'll come back to that. A key part of Connections though is the profiles, and let's have a look at my profile. Profiles and Connections let you know who's in the company, what people do, and let you push information out about you. So let's fill out some of the information in my profile. It's got my name, which is pulled from my corporate directory, and here's my telephone numbers. I'm going to update my office number because I don't tend to be in the office, so let's just put my mobile number down as my office number. And fax number, well, nobody faxes me anymore, so let's get rid of that one. I can put down a link to my blog here. So if people want to look at my blog outside of Connections, they've got a link to that. And my title. Sadly, I don't have an assistant, but I can change the time zone I'm in, which will let people know where I'm working and what times of the day is good to call me. Let's save that. You'll also see that I've already got a photo on here, but if I want to, I can also add in some additional information about myself. And I've got a rich text field here, so I can fill out my biography, what I'm interested in, the background, where I'm coming from. I won't do that just yet. One of the other nice things I can do with Connections as well is choose to put an audio file. So Warren's a pretty easy name to pronounce, but if I had a name that people tended to pronounce wrongly, I could actually record a recording of that and upload it here. So that's all my profile. I'm going to save and close out of there. And let's have a look at some other people's profiles. So let's have a look at my colleague Paul's. See what it looks like. You can see I've got his photo here. I can see what he's doing from his latest status update. I can see his contact information, where he is, where he works, his background, and any recent posts that he's put on various things. He's put a post on this particular project. We'll look at that in a second. I can also see how I'm connected to Paul over here in the top right, so I can see that I'm connected to him directly. The next part we'll look at is the communities. So communities within Connections give you a place to have a discussion with various people on the same topic as yourself. So I'm not a member of any communities. I obviously won't be an owner of any communities. And at the moment I'm not actually in any communities either, not following any information from communities. So what I'll do is I'm going to start a community. And I'm going to call this Domino Administration. And we'll put some tags on that for Domino, Admin, Notes, WebSphere, and Connections. And I say I can give this community a web address. So I can then publish this community to various people, be inside the company or outside the community. I'm going to leave this one as public, but if you see here, I could actually moderate it so that only people who have requested me can join in. And I'm going to be the only owner, but let's add some members. So we'll add in my colleague Paul, and we'll add in Joe, who I happen to know is another community member, and we'll give it a brief description. A community for all the Domino admins in Bluewave. We'll add the others in later, and I'll save that community. Okay, so now I've created my community, I can go in and use some of the topics here. We've got a built-in forums element, so let's start a forum topic. I could attach a file if I wanted to. And you've got a threaded graphical forum there all ready to be used. Let's pop back up to our community. So we can see just the one forum thread at the moment. If I go to my community, my Domino admin community, then you can say I can also put some bookmarks in. So let's put a bookmark in. I'm a bit old school, so let's put in www.notes.net. Which leads us to the Lotus developer works. Okay, and you can see you can have a list here of bookmarks that you could share between various people rather than having to keep them all in a browser that you might lose somewhere. You can also share files, so if you have specific files that you want to share, you can put those files into the community as well. A community has let groups of people work together on things. Both Paul, Joe and I are all in different offices, but we can work together using this community. And as you can see, it's very easy to do. There's no administration necessary. I'm just doing this as a user of Connections. We also then have a number of other different applications within Connections. We have activities, blogs, bookmarks, files, forums and wikis, and we can use those to build a really powerful community within our company. But we're going to have a look at those in our next video. So I'll leave that one for now, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks very much.